Shakespeare for Noobs. Yes, I know. It's been ages. And we all know why. If you're new around here, then go look at this video. And, yeah. But we have got the phantom third installment of Shakespeare for Noobs. And this week's installment of Shakespeare for Noobs is The Tempest. And you might be wondering, why am I dressed like this? Well, I'm going to be chilling on the beach watching this one, son. But before that, we are on a ship in a monsoon. It's going backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards, and I feel bloody seasick, son. Oh, I can't bloody feel. No, we are with Alonso, who is the king of Naples, and his son, Ferdinand, and his brother, Sebastian. A lot of bloody families in Shakespeare. Another guy called Antonio, who is the Duke of Milan. And another guy called Gonzalo, who is the courtier. And a bunch of other nobles and crew. And as the crew are struggling to stay afloat, to bloody stay upright, heave ho, heave ho. The bloody nobles and that are giving it all that, telling them, harassing them, saying, oi, peasants, pull it harder, yank it away, you useless piece of oh, bloody hell, mate, it's gonna blow, timber! And naturally, the ship splits in half and sinks. Under the sea, under the sea. Oh. Okay. We learn that this magician, wizard, sorcerer guy called Prospero is the one that conjured up this storm in the middle of the sea. You couldn't have waited until I've gone. Yeah. Now, reason why Prospero caused this storm is because he is the rightful Duke of Milan. But his brother, yes, another bloody brothers that hate each other. Bloody hell, Shakespeare. Yes, but his brother, Antonio, basically usurped him because Antonio basically didn't like his brother doing all sorcery and magic. So he banished him, put him on a ship and set sail, son, because you're not coming back to Milan because Antonio, well, wants to be the Duke.
That was like, the guy doesn't know what he's doing.
Now, Prospero has a daughter. Ooh, it's actually getting quite bright now. Yeah. Prospero has a daughter called Miranda. And Prospero tells Miranda basically what I've just told you about how his brother's a fucking arse. But one other detail is, at the time of the banishment, Miranda was only 3 years old. So imagine that. Imagine getting banished with your father as young as 3 years old. Well, then again, you can look at bloody, what's his name, Perseus, and he was in the womb at that time. Okay, doesn't matter. Yeah. And another detail is Gonzalo, who is not actually that much of a bad guy. Helped Prospero in his packing up stage, let's just say. He helped him organise all his magical spell books, all his books in general, gave him a few supplies for the journey, like. So, yeah, Gonzalo is a win for Gonzalo. Now, Prospero has a little servant, slave, right-hand man, or woman. It's not really described what gender this person is or thing is. It's a spirit, darling. It's a spirit called Ariel. Now, Ariel is the actual cause of the storm. She conjured up the sea and caused this storm, but she made sure that no one was hurt on the ship, which I find so hard to believe. Like, she just assumed that all these guys could swim. Then again, you would think if anyone's on a ship, they should be able to, learn to swim. But, yeah, that's not really how any sort of movie works, is it?
I can't swim. I never learned to swim. Never too late to learn. I can't swim.
You work literally in the middle of the ocean.
What you gotta know about this spirit called Ariel is that she was once imprisoned by a witch. And she was imprisoned in a tree. Yeah, I don't know how that one works, Chief, but yeah, we're gonna go with it. And Prospero, after coming over to this island, oh yes, I forgot to mention, if I haven't already, sorry, but we are on an island throughout this whole play. Anyway, when Prospero basically colonised this island, he saw this witch. I think he killed her. I can't really remember. Who cares? She's not really relevant. And then freed Ariel, only to make Ariel his servant girl, slash slave, slash servant being. Oh yes, and the reason why this witch doesn't like Ariel in the first place is because Ariel was going to be the witch's servant, but Ariel wasn't mean enough. Yes, the person, a witch that wants a servant, didn't like the servant because she wasn't mean enough. Does that remind you of anyone? No, genuinely, if that reminds you of anyone, put it in the comments. I'm curious to what you guys come up with. Yeah, so Prospero frees this spirit from the tree and makes this spirit his slave now. But don't worry, because in this moment, Prospero does say that one day he will grant you freedom. Much like the genie in Aladdin. Now, there's another character called Caliban. Now, what you got to understand about Caliban is that this creature, this thing, because it's not really represented as human, this being is the son of that witch. So what do you think Prospero does? In natural colonization manner, he enslaves Caliban to do all his manual labor and his work. And obviously, well, Caliban doesn't really bloody like it. Look how pissed off he looks. Gosh, bloody hell, son. Here, son, if I could, I would give you a sip, but keep holding that log, sunshine. So yes, Ariel does all the magical deeds of Prospero, and Caliban does all the manual labour deeds of Prospero. And then Ferdinand washes up on shore, and he's obviously thinking everyone else is dead. Hey mate, you alright mate? Yeah. F*** off. You're in my way. I'm trying to catch some sun here. So yes, Ferdinand thinks everyone is dead. And then, coincidentally, he meets Miranda. And they start, well, doing all this small mingle chit-chat. Oh, for f***'s sake, can't I get a break? Can't I get some alone time? Seriously, I've got to watch two people fall in love while I'm just trying to catch some sun. Oh. You know, there's more island, there's more island. Go on, pick another spot. Or better yet, just f*** off into the forest behind me. Honestly, can't get some privacy on this island, man. And in true father form, Prospero doesn't like Ferdinand. I'm going to confuse them, sorry. I'm going to confuse that name so much in this episode. Alright, Ferdinand. Yes, Prospero doesn't really like Ferdinand, and he accuses him of being a spy. Oh, shit. And he imprisons Ferdinand, despite his daughter's desperate pleas.
But Daddy, I love him!
Oh, I've decided to move away to another part of the island just to catch some alone time, you know. Oh, for f***'s sake! Alonso, Sebastian and Gonzalez and a couple more of the crew and noblemen are together on this side of the island. And Alonso naturally thinks that his son is dead. So he's obviously mourning the loss of his son. Gonzalo tries to cheer everyone up because, you know what, I would definitely have a drink with that guy because he seems like a barrel of laughs, very positive human being. And he tries to cheer everyone up by basically saying, oh, come on guys, let's go and find Ferdinand. So which is what they do. They go and try to find Ferdinand on this massive island. But as they do this, Ariel comes over and casts a sleep spell on their... Oh, that's just great, isn't it? I could have stopped telling this story. Thanks a lot. Why'd you have to wake me up for? No. Don't do it again. You f***ed up by doing this to the narrator. Breaking the fourth wall. F*** off back to your story. So she conjures a sleep spell on everyone except for Antonio and Sebastian. And Antonio takes this opportunity to convince Sebastian that he must kill his brother.
Lions, they don't compare themselves with humans.
Really typical Shakespeare, that. But yeah, must kill his brother and take his place as king. Sounding quite familiar, aren't we, Shakespeare? Honestly, this geezer says the same story in every single play. He just changes the characters' names, I swear. But before they can do the final blow, Ariel wakes up the gang again. And they notice this. They see a dagger right before them. They see a dagger right before them. Typical. And, well, someone gets a slap on the wrist. But yes, the assassination murder attempt failed.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Okay, I've decided to go away from that side of the island as well. In fact, I'm going to do a little bit of creature watching. I'm going to just watch Caliban for a few minutes. He seems to be doing a lot of vlogs. Oh, what's that? Oh, f*** off. Don't tell me it's another storm. Don't tell me it's another storm. Who's this? Oh, hello. Caliban hears someone coming towards him and he ducks under a bit of cloak. Just a bit of cloak. I mean, he's sticking out like a sore thumb, but he's a creature. He doesn't know better. And the person that actually comes into view is, in fact, Trinquilio. And he notices the cloak with the big bulge in it. And because now it's going to start chucking it down, he goes and hides under the cloak. And you know what? I might do the same here. Okay, we're ready for this storm. Who's this? Who's this smart individual here, eh? He seems to be pissed. Yes, a guy called Stefano comes into play. And he is the drunk butler. No, that is his literal description. The drunk butler. And he notices the bulge next to him. And now that I think about it, I don't think it's going to rain anymore. So I did this all for nothing. But yes, Stefano notices the bulge. The bulging cloak. He naturally goes up to it curious. And he sees mouths. Yes, just mouths, just like. And he naturally pours a bit of alcohol in each. Caliban, who's never had alcohol in his life, just naturally does the most logical and the most brilliant thing in the whole wide world. This is the most smartest Shakespeare has ever been. This is the best thing he's ever written. And it's the most realistic thing he's ever done in any play whatsoever. Caliban perceives Stefano as a god by introducing him to the best thing known to mankind. Alcohol! Yes! Yes! Alcohol! Mwah. And they all get drunk together. And they all party and boogie. Just keep drinking and drinking. Oh god, it's too short. Yeah! Oh, lads, let's do some shots. Hey Caliban, how are you? Good? Good, yeah. What's that? Huh? Wow, what are you saying? You want to kill Prospero and take over the island? Hey, funny, yes. I know, you're serious? Well, you know, come to think of it, I could do with that because I've been everywhere on this fucking island, lads. And I tell you what, I can't get a bit of peace. Let's take some numbers out, shall we? All in one, all together. Hip hip hooray, let's cheers to that song. Yeah, so. Hold on, give me a sec. I need some water. Yes, so Caliban has an idea to kill Prospero and take over the island.
It's time to go!
So, going back to Prospero, Miranda and Ferdinand. Obviously, Prospero naturally is putting Ferdinand through hard-ass labour because he would, wouldn't he? I would, you know, free labour, sign me up, baby. But as Ferdinand is hard-ass and all these logs that, yeah, you're doing a good job, mate, you're doing a good job. Miranda comes into the frame and declares her passion and her love to all the bloody soppy, coupley bullshit. And, hello a minute, what's this? Oh my god. She just asked him to marry her. We're getting a bloody wedding this one! And Prospero is watching nearby, of course. I don't know where he is. But don't scare me like that. Don't scare me like that. What'd you call me? How about you take your magic wand, shove it up your ass, and f*** off back to Gryffindor, you bastard. I mean, f*** off back to wherever you came from. But yes, Prospero eventually blesses these two because he believes that this is now true love. This is real. This is true love between Miranda. God, the alcohol's taken effect. Yes, Prospero approves of these two.
Oh, nice.
Right, jumping back to Caliban, Stefano and Tranquillo. Well, they've all kind of sobered up a little bit, and Caliban is still going on about how he wants to absolutely murder Prospero. But unbeknownst to these three, a little certain spirit is watching nearby. Hey Caliban, get to... Did you really just censor my mouth by muting me? Did you really just mute me? What do you mean you don't like my attitude? How about you go... God. I hate that mermaid. I mean spirit. So Caliban's plan is ultimately going to be doomed. Okay, I've decided to come to this side of the island because I smell something nearby. I see a banquet in the distance. What the hell? Yes. Prospero magically conjured up this banquet. Oh, don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I don't. Oh, shit. Yes, as the nobles were looking for Fernand, they come across the banquet. And as they go down to settle in and eat the meal, Ariel appears as a harpy, which basically, how do I describe a harpy? A picture of a harpy's up here on screen somewhere. Yeah, they look like that. And she appears and scares the absolute shit out of all the men. And she accused them of being foul and just being such b****s. And ultimately brings up the fact that they betrayed Prospero in the past. Also, little thing I've got to mention, yes, Antonio did betray Prospero, but Alonso helped him as well. So all of them are guilty in some way or another, except for Gonzalo. That's my guy. Yeah, he's alright. And as they get so scared, they flee and run away and the banquet vanishes. Oh, for fuck's sake, I can't get a break, can I? Eh, I was eating that. Well, I was gonna eat it. Can't I have anything? What's that? Shut up and just get on with it. Meant to be on my holidays. And now, as we said, Prospero blesses both Ferdinand and Miranda, and he hosts a celebratory mask, if that's how you pronounce it. Basically a party. He has a good old-fashioned Nilo. Hey, yeah, what's up? What's up, spirits? Yo, yeah. What do you mean I'm not invited? Says who? What do you mean it's because I'm the most non-Shakespearean person you've met? That's non-Shakespeareanist. So yes, there's a lot of spirits dancing in this mask, in this let's just call it a party. Yeah, in this marriage blessing party. But then Prospero suddenly remembers about Caliban's plan because I assume this little snake here told him. So he ends the party immediately. However, whilst this party was going on, Ariel conjured up some clothes or just placed some clothes somewhere to where Caliban, Tranquillo and Stefano, basically turn into every girlfriend at Primark. And yes, they go through all these clothes to distract them. And then Ariel conjures up some spirit hounds. Yes, dog spirits. To come and chase off the two gentlemen and one creature. And then Ariel brings forth Alonso, Antonio, Sebastian, the whole cast basically. She brings them all to Prospero. Now, you would think Prospero would Avada Kedavra the fucking shit out of all of them. But no, he's in a more forgiveful mood. He's in a very forgiving mood. And of course, when everyone saw Prospero, they all thought,
You're supposed to be dead!
And then immediately, Alonso, being a little bitch, was basically pleading, well, basically apologising, begging for mercy. So yes, he was very begging for his life there. Because imagine that. Imagine a sorcerer in front of you. You're on your knees there begging because you might die like that. But alas, Prospero forgives him and forgives everyone. And then the most beautiful thing about this whole play happens. Father and son reunite. Father and son realising both each other are not dead. And even what's more brilliant is that Alonso now has a daughter-in-law incoming. Imagine that. Imagine losing your son for like, what, like, what's it been, like 24, 48 hours, and all of a sudden he's been hitched. And they all promise that they will get married in Naples, not on this godforsaken island. Then Tranquilo, Stefano and Caliban show up because we need to solve that story, don't we? And Prospero, he half gives him a good identity, he half gives him a good mouth and a good talking to, but eventually just forgives them. Simple as that. I don't know why Prospero all of a sudden has like this forgiveness in his heart. I think it's because his daughter just got like married or hitched or hooked up or whatever the phrase is, and I think he just feels like love's in the air, much like every other Shakespeare play. Yeah. And after Ariel calms the sea, is then freed from Prospero and free from any servant. I mean any master. Free from any master. Except for me. Come here, you. Come here. Right. Do you want a job? Can we out with these YouTube videos? What do you mean go f*** myself? And then we get to the epilogue, where Prospero gives a final speech to where he gives up magic. And he breaks the fourth wall and asks the audience to clap and cheer so that he can then retire in peace. So, let me get this straight. He's retiring from what exactly? Sitting on your arse on a f***ing island all your life. Retire my arse. Could have been the king of Milan. Okay. Alright. I know you still got one spell in you. I'm sorry. Let me just finish this video, okay? The end. Woo! And that was the story of The Tempest. I hope you guys liked the video. I hope you guys understood the story. I hope it helps you out a lot. I had a lot of fun making this one. And, well, yeah, like and comment what Shakespeare plays you want me to see, or just simply, I want to know, what is your favourite Shakespeare play? But before you go, if you're into musical theatre, then you would have heard of this guy. Yes, Jeremy Jordan. And I have made a video basically looking at Jeremy Jordan versus other singers to see who I actually prefer to listen to. If you want to see, well, the answer to that question, then click this video right here. And trust me, you'll have a lot of fun with this one.